Hi guys, it's me again, Thomas Renee, Head of Voice and Speech at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. I wanted to spend this video talking about a breathing exercise. To me, the most fundamental breathing exercise. It's from MDH Breathing Coordination, or that's how I learned it, but from Breathing Coordination before that, from Carl Stow, which passed down to Lynn Martin, passed down to Robin DeHaas, who both of them passed it down to me as an MDH Breathing Coordination Level 1 trainee. This really builds off of the concepts of a video that I actually just made, but obviously you might not be watching this in order, just talking about the goals of breathing, the goals of working on breathing for the vocal practitioner. And my go-to is when in doubt, breathe out. We're not focusing on the in-breath. Yes, we might get clues on the quality of the in-breath, but that we're really concerned about letting the air go. So this particular exercise is called silent numbers. I want to say before we go in, the numbers do not matter. It could be la la la, it could be ABCs, it could be anything that you want it to be. It can be in any language that you want it to be. Really, the action is mindless. It's really to do something so we can get our minds and attention and awareness on our breath. Okay. So what I'd like you to do first is just take a palm and place it about an inch or two in front of your open mouth. And pretending that the palm is like a cold window, a car window that we're going to draw on. And I just want you to have warm air come out of the mouth and onto that window to fog it up. Now, a key feature of this breath is I want you to feel that it's really warm on the hand and it's super silent, completely silent, or as silent as possible. Excellent. The reason why I'm having you make it silent is because if there's any noise, any whispered sounds, any vocal sounds, that means something in the vocal tract is coming together, causing a contraction or a narrowing of the channel, which is going to rub up against the air in some way, which is causing that sound. That's not a bad thing. That's absolutely not a bad thing. But later on, as we develop this exercise or develop other exercises, we can more specifically choose which parts of our vocal tract can come together, and then we can decide what vocal or speech sounds we can make. But let's start completely silent so that we know our vocal tract is completely empty. Sorry, our vocal tract is completely open. That's what I meant, not empty. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's just take that a couple more times just to feel that. Keep that going as I talk to you, just so you can feel that. The next thing I want to talk about specifically to my actors out there, and I know this applies to almost everyone really, but because I work so heavily with actors, I just want to give a little side note, is if you can let that calm and steady outflow of air, warm air, come out onto the hand, as calmly and gently as possible within the torso. It will go as long as it needs to go. It doesn't need to be super long. You're going to feel this moment of kind of perceived stillness and emptiness or silence, and you're going to feel this internal impulse that says, oh, by the way, I need oxygen. I want you to follow that impulse. It is your first impulse. It's the first thing that you did when you were born was, I need to breathe, I need oxygen, or I will die within a couple minutes. I like to talk about this with actors because this is, we talk about impulse, we talk about need and want or objective. This is your first need, it's your first one, it's your first objective, is the need to breathe, the need to get oxygen to survive. And it's absolutely pivotal to investigate that and be familiar with that before we talk about the same need to move, which is the same sensation. It might be a little bigger though. The need to speak, the need to make voice, all of those things are actually tied back to that same initial impulse of I'm breathing out, I'm breathing out, I'm breathing out. Calm, oh, I need air. And the oxygen comes in just as calmly, just as silently. So let's just try that a couple times. So warm, silent air. I feel in my body, it's to the end. I feel the impulse. The air came in just as softly and gently, and the cycle continues and repeats itself so that that warm, gentle, quiet air moves out, impulse. Perhaps cooler but silent air comes in, and then the air moves out again. Excellent. Now, the only thing I'm going to add to that is that's pretty much the exercise. But what I'm going to add to it is either the ABCs, the la la la's, or the 1, 2, 3's, okay, the numbers. I personally, like, I'm already calmer. I don't know if you can tell my voice, but like, oh, finally, relax. I like to do the numbers personally, no reason why. You're going to count, or if you'd like, count 1 to 10 over and over and over again, but silently. If I did it out loud, it might sound something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2. I'm just going to go as long as I can. Let me clarify that, as long as it's comfortable. I'm going to wait for that impulse. The impulse comes, the breath comes in calmly and silently, and the numbers happen again. It will look like this in actuality when it's silent. Excellent. If you want to keep doing that, I just have my thoracic spine and my rib here, so we can get that image that on that calm inhale, the ribs just swing upward gently, easily. They float up. On the exhale, the numbers happen, and the rib gets to swing down. Thinking of that rib swinging down towards the pelvis. Only when you feel that impulse, the breath comes in. Great. Repeat that as many times as you need. I think this exercise is great for a daily practice to do, a warm-up before you're doing something, or you can even do it real quickly while you're in between shoots or in the wings of a show, whatever you need. It just really calms you down. It refreshes the breath. It frees up the ribs, frees up the breath, and therefore we'll talk about later. It really preps the voice to also be as free as possible. I won't say any more about that. We have a lot to talk about. Yeah, I hope this helps, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and yeah, let me know how it goes. Awesome. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Keep practicing.